Okay, hello, welcome back. This is going to be our second review of the Spider-Man game. We are... This is the late game review. I have completed the game, actually completely and totally at this point. I have 100% completion at this point, and I got all the trophies. So I think I'm pretty much qualified to review the game a little bit. So we're going to just swing around, stop some crime while I do the quick little review. So first off, it's a lot of fun. The game, I think they did a good job with the game.
Try and guess how I feel about bullets.
So that's plus in my book. Ooh, that guy totally got me. So, yep, game is a lot of fun. So, wait, gotta figure out what I'm supposed to be doing at this point. There we go.
Oh what? It's not fun getting beat up? We'll sit with that for a while.
That was very difficult. So, game, fun. It's pretty fun. As you can see, it's pretty easy to be able to get 100% it, judging by, you know, how bad I am at playing the game. Like I said, it is a blast to play. It's a lot of fun. The storyline is really, really good. It's one of the best Spider-Man stories I've seen, or new Spider-Man stories, I should say, I've seen in years. Not as good as some of the classic, like, Stan Lee storylines, or, like, Kraven's Last Hunt, or Death of Gwen Stacy storylines. But it's still a lot of fun. It's still a really, really good storyline. It's very emotional. Very good. Traversal is really a lot of fun. You can get up buildings a lot faster than you can in previous Spider-Man games, which is a blast. And web swinging, you can cross the city in a matter of minutes. It's very fast, very well thought out that way. Let's go into this screen. Like I said, you have the maps, you have all the different things you can do. Now, my one complaint against the game, at least in general how it plays out, is that you can't replay the story or the side missions, which I would really love to be able to do that with all the cool abilities I've now unlocked. Or just wear a different costume to, say, fight the Kingpin or do whatever. That would be a lot of fun, but you can't do that. You can, however, replay a couple of different things, like the bases. You can go in and replay it, get the different objectives. You can replay any of the Taskmaster challenges. Try to get a higher score. Didn't do too well. And I actually haven't done this, but I believe you can replay the research stations as well. So you can replay some bits of it, the bases, the research stations, and the challenges. But you can't do any of the side missions or the main storyline missions replay. So, and they are a lot of fun to play. I've actually just barely started on a different save, restarted the game, just because it was so much fun to play it initially. So that's how good the game is. And I'm hoping that in the DLC or in a future upgrade that they will give you that option. I'm actually surprised they didn't in this game. I believe Insomniac did this. They're the ones who did the Ratchet and Clank games, and if I'm not mistaken, they pretty much invented the replaying of a storyline, which is what they did in the Ratchet and Clank games. You can get to the end of the games and enter a challenge mode where you can go back through the games and get better equipment, and yeah, you can go back through the storyline, I should say, not just the game, but get better equipment that's a little more challenging. So yeah, it's kind of surprising they haven't done that. But yeah, so we've got, so just the basics. You have all these different suits. I'm actually going to be going through the suits, doing if you saw my video on Assassin's Creed Syndicate, where I went through all the different outfits, I'm pretty much going to do that with the Spider-Man suits. Well, not all the outfits, but most outfits will unlock a suit power, and you can choose whatever one you want to use. And they do different things. Some of them better, some of them worse. Thus far, one of the earliest ones, Web Blossom, has been the most useful for me. Others of them have been pretty good and pretty fun, but just not nearly as good as useful to me as Web Blossoms. And you have different suit mods that will give you different abilities, which I haven't unlocked all of these, but ooh, I'm gonna just unlock that now. See, I can unlock that, swap it out, but yep, they're pretty good. It would, part of me wants to unlock more suit mod. You only have the 3, which you have at the beginning, so you can't unlock more. So that's, part of me really wants to unlock more, but that's fine. You have different gadgets with the web slingers. Each one does different things. This one, for example, electrocutes enemies. So, a lot of fun. This one, kind of blasts them with... It's kind of like a shocker type little thing. And, of course, skill tree, mission. Like I said, no missions available. Very disappointed about that. Then you got the collections, benchmarks, which keep building. 50 is pretty much the highest level, but as you can see, I'm still earning experience points if you look up in the upper right-hand corner there. And basically, it just says, okay, 50 plus experience points, and you get just a little bit boost to your abilities. Character lists. The move... This was actually a pretty ingenious thing for them to do, was to have the move list listed. Because a couple of the additional challenges where you can get, like, different point, like the research points and so on, or challenge tokens, will allow you to unlock better equipment. But sometimes it'll require you to do something from basic combat that you've never actually, or you haven't done since the very beginning. You can't remember how to do it, so it's nice to have that, the combat listed and so on. So yeah, that's the very basics of the gameplay. It works really, really well. Gonna come out of it, do a little bit more web slinging here. One of the interesting things, the villain fights usually take a long time, and they are a lot of fun, actually. They're a blast to do, but one of the things that I've noticed about this game, which in most cases, most of the time when I'd be playing a game, if this happened in pretty much any other game, I would be very disappointed. But in this, so it works with this game, is that I will be struggling throughout the fight. I will feel like I'm doing really badly in the fight. My health will be way low, and I won't always know, okay, what's going to work? Am I going to get hit again by this guy? And I posted my Taskmaster fight, so you can kind of see, why I would think that if you would go back and watch those fights. And then all of a sudden, I would win the fight. If you watch the second Taskmaster fight, it pretty much works that way. Just all of a sudden, I won the fight. In most games, were that to happen, I'd feel it'd be anticlimactic. I'd feel disappointed with the game because of that. This one, it somehow works with this game. It actually makes me feel more like Spider-Man, if that makes any sense, because a lot of Spider-Man fights are been with him just being really beaten down, taking a lot of hits, a lot of damage, but then somehow, being able to come through. And somehow, at least in the best written Spider-Man stories, it doesn't feel like hokey or cheesy or Deus Ex Machina or anything like that. It feels like he earned the victory and didn't magically win at the end of it. And that's kind of how the boss fights feel, that you work really hard and then you win. And it's
kill someone driving like that.
Yeah, I should probably follow and stop that, but I'm having too much fun web slinging. So yeah, it's just really interesting how that works. At least, for me, that's how it works. If you played this and you feel differently, let me know, but it's just, I was just kind of amazed that it would work quite so well. And as you can see, I'm web slinging and it's going really, really quickly here. So yeah, that's that's my review. I highly recommend getting it and buying it. It is a lot of fun. You can max it out a lot easier than I would have expected. I got through the game a lot quicker than I thought I would. A lot more quickly, I should say, not a lot quicker. But I got through it a lot more quickly than I thought I would, and I was able to pretty much unlock everything. And one of the things I found which is not true of most games, just going to add this at the end, is that I would do something and I wouldn't like it, like a side mission or something like that. I just wouldn't enjoy it, so I'd go off and do something different for a while. Then I'd like, okay, I need to earn certain tokens or whatever, so I'd go back to it. But what I found when I went back to it was that while it wasn't my favorite thing, it was actually more enjoyable than my initial impression was. Which most games, if I don't like, you know, a certain area or a certain level and I go back to it, I still don't like it, even if I like the game. So this game did a really, really good job with that one. It's very easy, very easily playable, I should say. For the record, I am playing it on the easiest mode, the friendly mode, which you saw at the beginning of this, you know, how much I was getting beat up by the guys I was fighting. So it's probably for the best that I did it that way. And, you know, honestly, I'm just going to say this for people who play video games or who haven't really gotten into video games to play. Easiest mode is generally the best mode to play because video games are supposed to be fun. And, you know, when I play it on the harder modes, I tend to get really, really stressed out, especially if I'm not used to the gameplay or how it works or things like that. So, yeah, play it on the friendly mode. It's really just a lot of fun. It's a really fun game to just do that sort of thing with. So, we're going to... One of the problems is the buildings just get higher and higher, so we'll just end on this visual of Spider-Man standing here looking awesome. Or looking out over the city he has sworn to protect. A dark night. Well, a dark spider? This is the dark suit, so yeah. Dark spider. Anyway, get the game. It's worth it. Like and subscribe if you like this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.